Always. He's always escalating shit. What's his, you know...
Put your hands behind your back.
Asshole.
Corporal McKay had exercised bad judgment. He hadn't followed proper procedure. He had a personal grudge against this particular person. And there was an innocent third party involved who was placed in danger by his pursuit of the matter.
This is a document that was written by Todd Landry. Todd Landry is a state trooper who knew that Bruce McKay had overreacted to a situation involving a few bikers at a local inn up there called Hillwinds. And he basically, cordoned off the area, and he called for much more response than was needed. And there was a child involved in this whole thing, and because of the way Bruce did that, the mother lost access to the child, and she was freaking out, and just the whole thing was a mess because he overreacted. And this is what Trooper Todd Landry was saying way back when about Bruce McKay. That's one of many complaints that were, issued about him, were warning signs back in the day. The tire tracks. This is what they don't want to show you on mass media. Nobody showed this picture except me. Okay, I ordered the investigative file. Those are the tire tracks. I don't know if it's 30 feet or so of where he was bashing Lico Kenny's car back in off the road, out of sight. It's out here. Floyd does nothing. So they're feeling really trapped, and they're thinking, hey, are McKay and Floyd talking here? Because when Floyd pulls up, there's like 11 seconds that Casey talks about in the book where McKay is looking straight at Floyd before he drives in and bashes Lico into the area. They're trying to get Floyd's attention. Floyd's ignoring them, so they're really freaking out. They're scared. And of course, that would negate a murder charge, because I'm sure you guys have studied if someone's scared or has apprehension for their life, it could be manslaughter, it could be self-defense. But the government doesn't want to tell you any of that. All right, they got to make Lico a cold-blooded cop killer. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, and then you see the same thing in the Gregory Floyd has to be the hero. All right, and that's it. That's the story.
That was Monty.
It was?
Yep.
There seems to be a notion that's being bandied about by law enforcement and major media that Bruce McKay was a by-the-book kind of law officer. Well, my research at KingCast.net and my litigation against Kelly Ayotte in the town of Franconia indicates otherwise. I know for a fact that he violated constitutional law back in 2003 when he apprehended Lico Kenny. I know that he held him there with no good reason, and that was unconstitutional, and he blocked his egress. This is why Judge Peter Sear over in Littleton threw out several cases around the same time frame. I also know that in 2007 he was violating town protocol and constitutional mandates when he bumped Lico Kenny's car, the way he pursued him, and the way that he administered the OC spray without warning. That's the kind of thing that he did repeatedly here in Franconia and got away with it carte blanche. That is not by the book, and it will never be by the book, at least not in the United States of America that I live in. So then, I understand that there was another incident here at a skating rink where a young lady is going to inform me of a situation where Bruce McKay did what? He cut off egress here too without probable cause? What was going on?
Yep, one evening friends and I were just playing some basketball, and we had the car pulled up to the entrance of the rink and just playing some music, just playing some basketball. Mark Taylor comes over and walks up to us politely and asks us just turn the music down, and we're welcome to stay and keep playing basketball. And a couple days later, my friends were at the rink again playing basketball, and my friend had his car pulled up on the rink with the music playing, not loud or anything, and Bruce McKay drives into the entrance of the rink, pretty much blocking it, and gets out of the car and walks over, tells my friend that he has to get his car off right now and that he's going to write him a ticket and bring him to court. and that we had to leave right now. We weren't allowed at the ice rink after dusk or anything, and troubles, and pretty much he just had no business doing that because there were no signs at that time posting anything about the times we were allowed to be here or anything.
Right. And were you intimidated by Officer McKay?
Oh yes, very much.
Why? There's been a common comment that people didn't complain enough about Bruce McKay or things of that nature. Why didn't people complain more about Bruce McKay? Do you know?
Because he would harass you. He was just the kind of cop that enjoyed power trips, and he wasn't representing what cop was supposed to mean, constable of peace. He was being aggressive.
He had acquired through a number of incidents a reputation for being hot-headed, for taking.
Representative Sword, former Representative Sword, I apologize for interrupting you, but I don't want to make this a trial on Officer McKay or Michael McKinney. Just keep to the bill, but whether you oppose it or don't oppose it, but we don't need to rehash personalities.
Well, the only thing that I would add then that's different from what's been said before is that the bill 2 years ago had one local sponsor, the rest were from elsewhere in the state. The bill this time has no sponsors or co-sponsors from anywhere near the Franconia Easton area, and I think that should tell the committee quite a lot. The people that know most about this believe it is still a very controversial matter that should be best left for the locality to deal with. And all these goes to that.
Any questions for Mr. Sword? Saying no, thank you. We do have one letter in support of the bill from Representative Kathleen Taylor from Franconia.
Well, we're going to speak to what makes a just society then, okay? And in my opinion, we need to go back to the ancient Greeks, okay? We're going to go to Thrasymachus, and we're going to go to Plato, okay? And what we're going to discuss here is the fact that, Thrasymachus would say, might makes right, okay? And we all know that law enforcement has a lot of might. I'm a former assistant attorney general. I know law enforcement has a lot of might and power, okay? To sum up then, I will remind everyone that it was Lee Kilkenny who unfortunately lost his life as well as the officer Bruce McKay, Corporal McKay. And I will remind everybody that who asked for backup first, both in 2003 and in 2007, Lee Kilkenny asked for backup. But at that time, and at the moment of his death, Officer McKay told him in 2007, no, you have no right to back up, okay? And that instilled more fear in an unstable individual than was already there, okay? And to name a roadway after that officer now is going to instill more fear in the general public than is there now of law enforcement. That's why this needs to be voted down. That would not be a just result. Plato and Socrates would cringe. Davey, I feel if Lico just could have got home, or to Mike's house, he called 3 times at 6:02 and 6:03, whatever, over by Coppermine, at the cut-in there. If he had got to Mike's house, no way does this happen. No way does McKay bash him back like that with that Tahoe in Mike's driveway.
Yeah, it's ironic that he'd try to obey the law by not speeding as he was trying to get to Mikey's where there were witnesses that would, help protect him from being beat down like he was in '03.
Right, exactly. And see, that's what McKay didn't want, so McKay sped up over him, pulled him into the area, and then violated several policies.
Pushed him out behind the barn where it couldn't be seen. Right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.